zijn leven buiten Amerika. Carl Donald Barks, de tekenaar van zijn gevederde naamgenoot Donald Duck. Barks was in Amsterdam om Rembrandt en Vermeer van dichtbij te bekijken. Maar zijn faam snelde hem vooruit, zodat hij in het museum werd gestrikt door de kunstredactie van NRC Handelsblad. De verslaggever had de oude meester nog een persoonlijke gunst te vragen.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you to do him a favor because he's been so patient. Give me this poor book you've been mangling the whole morning. Look at it.
Oh, that's me, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Who do I sue? Who do I sue?
Trust me, they're all here. I think he's got a pen he wants to use.
I have a pen here.
Do you want to use? I think he has his own pen that he likes.
Oh, yeah.
I know you have to do it on my hand or something. I don't know.
Where do you want that?
Up to you, I'm sure.
That's the only place there's room big enough.
Like here, I think.
There you go.
Mr. Barks, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Morgen zien we de tekenaar van Donald Duck uitgebreid terug in een nieuwe Nova. Gewoon weer om 11:30. Graag tot dan.
Betekenen als hij tenminste niet hoefde hout hakken op de boerderij van zijn ouders. Hij gaf zijn eend het weinig soepele en soms uitgesproken chagrijnige karakter waarmee het beest wereldberoemd werd. Hoogbejaard is Carl Barks, de tekenaar van Donald Duck. Voor het eerst op reis en in Amsterdam.
Oh, let's see. Something about it looks a little familiar. Yeah, I'm trying to remember this. Something about litter bugging. That is an example of stories that just come up from various new laws we get in the state about throwing litter out on the highways and how Uncle Donald gets in a jam from somebody else's litter. We have very little information on his earlier stages of life.
When did you try drawing? Did you have paper and pencil in those days?
Trying to draw. From the time I can remember, I was trying to draw. First, I would draw with some charcoal that I'd pick up off the hearth and write on the walls of the little shack we lived in. And as soon as I was able to understand what paper was for and pencils, I began using those things. And I loved to draw from the time I can remember. And I had quite a talent for it, I guess.
Students in this area, not now because it's July, so it's more holiday.
This year he did a 24-page Scrooge story. He's done 2 huge oil paintings, and he's done 2 bronze sculptures, and taken a 7-week trip of Europe. That's so far this year. And he's done a new book with a half-an-hour recording with Donald Duck.
You must be dead tired.
Oh yeah,
We are.
we are. I don't know if he.
When were bricks invented? Before they built the stone.
The pyramids. When they make the pyramids in Egypt, they formed the stones already, and they baked them.
Well, I know how they make them, but I just wondered how many 100 years ago did they learn how to make them?
I think already a long time ago.
Het is toch een naam die eigenlijk 21 jaar lang op een redactie iedere dag valt. Dat is het voorbeeld voor alle nieuwe generatie tekenaars en schrijvers
Dus ja, ik denk niet dat er ooit een dag is geweest dat de naam Barks niet werd uitgesproken.
Oh, I do a little painting. It's about ducks, pretty girls, things like that. Anyway, I'd like to see what somebody else has done in the way of painting.
You like Rembrandt?
I do, yes. I accidentally hit on a color scheme that's very much like Rembrandt. Most of my successful paintings have been painted with the colors that look as if Rembrandt had painted them. So I want to see what it was that he did. When I get in there and look at them, I may go dead silent and not ever open my mouth again. So that's the big one in there.
That's the big one.
Yeah. That is big. This looks like he made his blacks with a mixture of dark green and dark red and a little dark blue. And you come up with a very vibrant black.
What about the composition?
Well, in a mob scene like that, he did excellently.
He took a little longer to paint this, I think, than...
Oh, he took 4 years. The longest one I worked on was 5 months. That was one of Scrooge McDuck's money bins with millions of gold coins that I had to paint. Tedious little details.
What do you think of people who pay enormous amounts of money for your paintings nowadays? Are they a little bit crazy?
Well, I think of them as being angels with golden wings. They are the greatest people on earth. I wish there were more of them. The early jobs I had as a ranch hand, farm boy, and later labor on the riveting gang and such things, why, I had a wonderful, easy job cartooning. That was just heaven. Working indoors out of the hot sun and the cold and doing the things I liked, why, that was half of my wages. I didn't need a hell of a lot of money to make me happy.
Maar die andere helft kwam ook in orde. Einde van deze editie. Morgen weer gewoon om 10:30. Een nieuwe Nova. Graag tot dan.